All right, it's Sunday. Let's get into it. Ah! Alright, so I'm just about done with this page. I'm just blackening his hair. I'm going to color in his hair there and his hair here, and that's going to be it. But the inks are done, and then I'm going to erase this panel, the pencil parts. Inked all that. Pretty much done, and I'm gonna try to scan it in today, but done with the inks, and then hopefully we'll get to some colors soon and putting in the words and all that. What's up, everybody? It is Monday, and I have just spent probably a couple hours, actually, maybe an hour and a half, I don't know, just cleaning up the inks and everything for page 1, and it's all pretty much done. I hope it doesn't go this way all the time, but it took a while too, because I every time I do this digital stuff, I have to like relearn everything, because I don't really do this very often. So I kind of had to figure out how to get the blue lines out of there, and how to make the inks darker, because they kind of came out really light. And I'm also realizing I have to kind of figure out my maybe get a little bit better at the inking process, the actual physical inking process, and I don't know, be more aware of what size like pen tips I'm using, and I think I might maybe used ones that were maybe a little too thin. I also really went kind of rough in a lot of ways with like I didn't use a ruler or anything for, the finished inks. And I thought that would be a cool effect, and it kind of is. I guess we'll see when it's all finished, but I can't help but think maybe it's a little bit too rough, and maybe I do need to use rulers. I don't know. So I'm not sure, but it is what it is. This is the finished inks, and we'll just keep progressing and getting better as I go here. So yeah, that's day number, I don't know what number, but Monday for this week. What's up, y'all? It is Wednesday, and I I guess to cap on what I've been doing lately, been still doing my daily 100 days of making comics. Round 2 here, every day working on stuff. Been luckily getting 2 and 3 hours in lately. I guess part of it's because when it's like digital stuff, I can do it. I guess I can do more of it now that I have this, like, a laptop that I haven't, you know, I just got that like last year or beginning of the year or something. So I'm able to kind of do that while I'm, you know, watching TV or something. So today I actually did it during lunch, which you know, I got probably over 30 minutes, probably more like 35 or something. And I may do more, I'm not sure at the moment, but basically I did got all the flats finished yesterday for the colors for page 1 of Lizard Brain. And a lot of the time, the thing is yeah, I'm putting in a lot of time, but stuff that I'm doing takes me like 3-4 hours more or less. I don't know how long it should take to do a page of flats. I'm actually doing it kind of a quick and easier way too, because I'm using Manga Studio, and the paint bucket tool is really powerful in that. So you can actually, I think I'm still doing it a little bit wrong, but you can actually get stuff done a lot quicker with the paint bucket tool, and you can refine it more than you can in like Photoshop, or easier than you can in Photoshop. So you know, you can actually use that for your flats. I still think I'm kind of doing it a little bit wrong though. Like I should, you're supposed to do it a certain way. Well, there's a lot of different ways, I guess, to do it, but there's one way that I think is better to do it than other ways, and I only did it that way, which is basically color the whole thing, and then each panel you color the whole thing, and then go, you know, big to small basically, so that there's no like little gaps and stuff. So I kind of didn't do it that way I'm supposed to, so there is probably little pixels here and there. And then now I started coloring it today, and I'm not coloring right on the flats layer, so it almost maybe doesn't matter. I don't know. Anyways, I'm still figuring it out, but regardless, even though I'm kind of doing a faster method, it's still like, it took me like probably 4 hours to flat the whole thing, maybe more or less. And you know, it's mostly the little detail parts, and I don't even draw in a way that has too much issue with detail parts, or, you know, but there's some detail, and, you know, those detail parts take longer. So I don't know, maybe using the selection tool more is probably better for me in some ways. I don't know. So yeah, I'm learning, trying to figure it out, and really interested in learning this Manga Studio. There's a lot of things that it can do that Photoshop actually can't do, and make it a little easier for illustrators that I'm learning, so that's kind of cool. But you know, I'm sure Photoshop has its things too, you know, probably more on the photo part of it, and the photo editing, and the graphic design maybe aspects, possibly. So yeah, but anyways, so I got all the flats done, and today I went in and started coloring the sky. And one thing I wasn't thinking when I was doing the flats, and it really doesn't matter anyways, because they're just the flats, they're not the actual colors. It's just, the whole point of doing flats is to have something to select colors by. So, you know, that's not the actual colors or anything. So but I wasn't thinking like, what's my color scheme gonna be? So now I got into coloring a little bit, and my color scheme, I have to remember, is like, it's not just, even though these like pages that I've drawn so far, they don't look like super like I don't know, they're not dark looking, they look like just kids doing things, which typically you might not think. You'd think it's like colorful and, you know, bright or whatever, but it is dark. Like this whole day, the whole story takes place in one day, and it's the day is overcast, and you know, it's gonna end up storming too, and eventually, and it's supposed to have a bit of a dark tone throughout the whole thing. It's basically a horror story or a creature feature type of thing, so it's supposed to kind of have a bit of a dark tone. And with only 7 pages to tell the story, I want the dark tone to pretty much go through the whole thing. You know, it's not, I don't have enough time really to, like, I mean, I kind of do, but it's not how it's gonna go. I don't really have enough time to do this whole thing where it's like, oh, there's fun, happy times, and then it starts to get darker and darker and darker. Well, like I said, I can technically do that if I wanted to, but I'd rather just keep the whole theme dark, color-wise. And so I'm not sure exactly what that entails 100%, but I know that, you know, when they're outside, it's going to be overcast, and even on the inside, you know, I'm going to try to, you know, you can use more muted tones and things like that, I guess. And so anyways, I don't really know how to color. I do, like, I've been learning a lot. I've been watching a lot of videos that teach you and all that stuff, and I have done it in the past, but it's kind of gonna be, I guess, an experimentation situation with the colors here, because you know, because I haven't actually done it, you know, I haven't actually practiced it. So some of these techniques and things I'm using, but I'm not necessarily remembering every detail of how these techniques were done. I'm not even decided on whether I should do like cell shading or, like, you know, maybe like a offset printer style type thing with the dots and, you know, the halftones and things like that, or, you know, I don't even know if maybe I want to go just like mostly just flat colors, but I don't think I want to go that route with this particular one. I think because I'm learning, it'll probably be a combination. It'll probably be more gradient and cell shading type of thing, because I want to learn those things. I want to at least know them. So, you know, that's, I think, where we're gonna go with it probably. So, and plus the art that I'm doing right now is still pretty rough. Like, I know I've gotten a lot of compliments, and thank you for everybody who's watching and you know, commenting and things like that. I really appreciate that. Got a lot of good compliments, people saying it looks really good. You haven't seen the close-ups where the lines are kind of not so great and there's a lot of wobbliness, so there's that, but I really do appreciate it. That I think overall, like, the visuals look pretty good so far, but yeah, like, I'm definitely not even close to satisfied with you know, where it's not matching where I would like it to be, you know, but I'm just gonna keep going with it and try to keep getting better throughout the whole project. That's what this whole project is about: learning, getting better, experimenting, and so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna be happy with where I'm at, I guess, you know. So so yeah, today I was doing the sky, the overcast sky, and I don't know why, but I kind of went more red with it. Like, I went with red tones. I looked up some reference and stuff, and there was, you know, typically you're gonna see a lot of grays and you know, washed out stuff. I don't know all the terminology, and a lot of blues a lot of times, you know. I mean, different people will do it differently, but I saw one that was kind of more on the, like, red side, like, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I don't know, I went with more grays and red tones, I guess warm grays, but not really warm, like more creepy I guess. And I don't know if I even did it well, you know. I don't even know if I made it come across in a way that makes sense, you know, so I'm not sure. I think the sky probably might need a little more work still. Maybe I'll go back and redo the sky at some point when I start learning some more things, because like right now I'm just using different brushes and playing with a little bit different sizes and using opacity and trying to make them undefined. Like the clouds aren't drawn or anything, so it's just like literally a blank space I'm painting, you know, basically in this with this part of it. So I don't know, hopefully I'll be able to find other ways to do it that's more satisfying. As it is, it's, you know, it's passable, I guess. So we'll see. Well, I have no clue what I'm doing, and you know, next is to maybe do a little finishing touches on the sky, but mostly, you know, now I'll go probably either into some of the panels. That might be a little easier for me to start out with, and then I'll go into the building after, because the building I don't know how to do either, but I've seen plenty of tutorials where people are rendering out colors and faces and you know, figures and things like that. So I might just go with that, start with that part of it, and then kind of build up my skill. So I don't even know what a finished page in my mind will look like, so we'll see. It's an adventure at this point, and I feel very uncertain, so I'm just kind of going out and doing it. And then I also have to do the lettering and stuff, so, you know, hopefully I'll have this page finished though soon, you know, maybe by the end of the weekend or something, we'll see. But yeah, that's about it. That's what I've been working on, and I got video for that and stuff, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a sec. Practice some hand lettering tonight. Practice, practice, practice. Alright, what's up, y'all? It is Saturday. Getting close to noonish. It's about 11, something like that. Running out to do a couple errands. I'm going to an area where I don't always go, or I don't, tend to pass by, and I realized there's an art store. I don't know how close it is to where I'm going, but I know I'm kind of driving by that area, and it's an art store that I never go to, because it's not that great in some ways, but it's not like there's a lot of art stores to choose from. Blick is good, and they have that sort of nearby, but it's a little bit, it's not close. It's like a little day trip we kind of take sometimes. So this other one though is a little closer, so I'm gonna try to hit that one up. Like I said, it's smaller, and it doesn't have as much stuff, and the stuff is not geared as much towards what I'm into usually, but I've been looking for certain things, namely the Tombow brush pens, excuse me, and I thought they had them at like Michael's and stuff, and more and more I get disappointed when I go to Michael's because they just don't have a lot of stuff that I'm looking for. It's just, it's good for the sales, you get the sketchbook sales and stuff, and you can get some basic supplies there, microns and whatnot, but more and more I'm just like, well, I can't get like specialty stuff, and what I probably should do is spend more time, or I should probably just get all my stuff online at Amazon or something, but a lot of times I check these stores first because it's like, well, then I don't have to pay shipping, and yeah, I don't know, then I can get it quicker, so but yeah, I'm looking for these brush pens. They're pretty typical. People use them all the time. I've been really getting into calligraphy a lot this week. Just mostly, when I say that, I'm doing a little bit of practicing here and there, but mostly just looking at Instagram videos and pictures of awesome calligraphy artists and stuff. And I really love this whole thing of hand lettering, and I just keep falling in love with it more and more, and I want to incorporate it into my illustrations. And I think the whole reason why I'm super into it is because I love like comics. It's like the whole thing with comics, it's words and pictures, that interplay between the two things, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I love comics. There's something about it, it's just, I don't know what it is, and the same with illustrations with words. And even when I was learning stuff about graphic design, they had the different types of logos, and I remember one of the types of logos was basically words with a picture kind of connected to it. So, and that was always my favorite when they incorporated the words and the pictures, and I just love the marriage of the two things, and playing around with it. So, and I'm watching these calligraphy people, and I really like the calligraphy part just by itself, and the words and all that, and it's cool that they do a lot of different effects, with watercolors and just all kinds of different things, and fountain pens and different nibs and different, all kinds of different pens. I mean, a lot of people use like the Crayola like markers, you know, the kids markers. Those are fun, and I bought a pack of them too, and they're really fun. You can actually get a really nice line variation with them. Yeah, so the one of the biggest things that people use, like the most common tools, is these Tombow brush pens, and I kind of thought that I would be able to find them a lot easier. Like, I feel like I've seen them around. I thought I could find them even at like Walmart. Online you can get them at like Walmart and these other places, but actually I didn't even look at Walmart yet. But I actually did look like on their store online and see if it was available at the store that I go to and stuff like that. But no luck really, so yeah, there's that. I haven't really done a lot of video recording and vlogging this week. Just not a ton of exciting things happening. Just kind of regular working and stuff. And you know, I've been working on the comic a half an hour a day or more, but it seems like it's a little frustrating because I haven't gotten a lot of progress done, and the progress that I have gotten done, I don't know if I even like it with this coloring stuff, because I'm still learning. And so I'm kind of thinking that I do want to like color like finished pages and then put them out as finished pages, but I'm thinking maybe I will put that off because I'm still learning about coloring, and I don't feel confident in what I'm doing yet. Like, I don't know, maybe I should try to finish the page first and see how it turns out, but I just feel like I'm making a mess really more than anything, and that's how you feel like when you go in and do a painting or any piece of art usually. You do kind of tend to feel like you're just kind of making a mess, and you just keep working it, and it kind of looks ugly. There's ugly stages, you know, and it's just ugly for a while until, you know, one point when it starts to get more finished, and now it starts to actually look good. So I don't know if I'm going through that stage, or if it just is literally like I need to practice on some smaller things first before I jump into coloring a full page of comics. And I thought I could just learn on full pages of comics. And it's not like I haven't digitally colored before, but it's been a long time, and now I'm using Manga Studio or Clip Studio Paint instead of Photoshop. And I think before I was using GIMP, which, you know, I'm not using at all anymore. So it's a little bit of a learning process. Mostly just awkward mechanics of it. Things that seem to work in people's videos when I look at tutorials, but then when I try them, there's always like one little thing that is maybe off that I didn't click or something and didn't realize it, and for some reason that certain thing isn't working, and it's just a little frustrating. And not only that, you know, just the straight up mechanics is a little frustrating. And then, you know, color theory is a beast too. You know, I don't want this to look bad. If I can't color it in a way that's satisfying to me, that I actually enjoy and feel like is well done, then I don't want to color it. You know, I'll have somebody else do it or make it a black and white comic. But even if I were to do like gradients in a black and white, I don't know if I'd be able to do it right. Like, I feel confident if I was coloring it, you know, with watercolors or something, like with some, or like even markers, or, you know, I have the ability to use color. I mean, I'm not a master at it or anything, but, you know, I have the ability to do a pretty okay job. I've done color things that I've enjoyed and think I did, you know, enough to where I think I think it looks good enough, you know. So, I don't know. I really want this comic to, I mean, it's definitely not going to be perfect. It's not going to be the most amazing artwork, but I want it to look very good. Like, I want to do a good job, you know. I want it to, I don't want to look back at it and be like, I half-assed the whole thing, you know. I want to look back and say, I really put, you know, my best effort in and came up with something pretty good for where I was at, you know. So, you know, so I'm kind of having these frustrations, and so I'm not sure where I'm going to proceed. Today I haven't done my half an hour or more yet. Just haven't gotten to it yet, but I plan on it. And one thing I do like about doing the coloring is I can get my time in easier, you know, because I can do it while I'm watching TV, hanging out with my wife and stuff. So that's good. So I mean, at the very least, you know, I can do flats and stuff like that, and you know, I don't know. But I was thinking that instead of finishing pages, at least for now, maybe I should, because another thing I really want to do is start like making prints and stuff, and just do more drawing that's just maybe for fun, or you know, maybe making some products that are smaller, like maybe like a mini comic style coloring book and stuff. Because it's funny, like the big coloring book craze is going on, like adult coloring books, not a, you know what I mean, like just where adults can do it. And you know, I noticed on Etsy, I was looking around and they had some people doing like mini ones and stuff, like, and I thought that's a great idea, because I've always actually wanted to make coloring books. And now it's a big craze, and I feel like I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but I'm not really, because I always literally have wanted to do it. So, I'm thinking about doing maybe some mini ones and seeing if people want to buy them or something. Even if they don't, I don't even care, you know, if people don't buy the stuff, but I want to experiment with creating stuff that might sell. And, you know, I do have a convention coming up. I think it's in October or September, I don't know. But so it would be nice to have a few new things on the table. I would like to make some prints. I just want to get used to making prints, and I'm also curious to experiment with creating things that don't have copyright issues, and seeing if anything will catch on, you know. So I don't know. And those are like, also like when you're doing a huge project like I am, people say, and I agree, it's good to have maybe some little mini easy to finish projects, you know. So, and also like if I do the prints, that'll give me practice to coloring, you know, so I'll start to understand how it all works and have little things to practice on, so it's not such a big deal, and I'm not like making all this progress on a big page and then come to find out I gotta like fix everything, you know. So yeah, I don't know. And also I want to play with calligraphy and putting, you know, illustrations together with calligraphy and stuff. And I might even do some stuff with copyright situations, like using quotes and using, you know, images from, you know, fan art type stuff or whatever. And that stuff I just won't sell, you know, but it's just still fun to put up on Instagram or something, and Facebook. So yeah, that's my thoughts for now. I'll probably come back and have a couple more, you know, maybe some art visualization and maybe a last update, you know, to finish off the week. It's gonna probably be a short one, guys, but hopefully that's okay with everybody. And I will see you in a bit. So I decided, since I was in an area that I'm not usually at, I would see if there's any comic book shops around. And apparently there is, only like about a mile away from where I was just at. eye-opener. Comics and cards. Never heard of this place. I've never even been in this town or anything, which is weird because I drive around Connecticut all the time. But yeah, let's check it out. Alright, so that place was pretty cool. I ended up getting a couple books. They had to try to figure out the price. I've never heard of this, but it just looked super awesome. There's more issues, but he was selling them at $3.50 each, and which is a good price. But I didn't even plan to buy comics. This one's a reprint. Got that for $2.50. Had a lot of really cool books. Apparently this guy just got this collection, and it was like a lot of old stuff, a lot of cool old Marvel books, old Thor, Doctor Strange, Strange Tales, a lot of key issues. There was new stuff too, but just like a lot of really good stuff. They just bought this new collection, so I don't know. I was like, my mouth was watering, but my wallet was telling me no. So, but yeah, good comic shop. It's been around since the early 80s, I guess, and one of the longest comic shops around. In fact, this guy used to rent to another comic shop. He used to rent a building to another comic shop, and it's funny because while I was in there, they didn't know the price of these cat comics because they're like underground. The guy, he was a younger guy, like my age, and 30s or something, and it's funny because he had to he didn't know the price, so he's like, well, this guy doesn't have his phone on him right now, so he like banged on the floor with his foot, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Apparently the guy must live downstairs or something, and he's like trying to get the guy's attention, the old guy, to come up and tell him what the price was. So that was all like this ordeal, and it was alright. It was fun. I got a chance to talk to the dude, and yeah, so cool comic experience, really organized. It's a little hole in the wall, but very organized. Everything was in really nice condition, and I enjoyed hanging out, so that's a fun little stop. Alright, off to the next thing. Here it is. This is a funny art store because you kind of go in through the back way, and it's awesome because they have some awesome illustration graffiti on the sides here. It's always changing. They always have different stuff when I come. New illustrations. I barely ever come, so more than just an art store. Well, it is pretty much just an art store. I don't know why they say that. Really cool. This little rat up close is pretty rad. And who doesn't love tentacles? I think I spoke too soon. This store actually does have a lot of really awesome stuff. Brands that I can't find in other stores for watercolors, and I've just gone down one aisle so far, not even all the way, so. Alright, so score. This is what I was especially looking for, but I found other stuff too that was really cool, but I just, you know, I'm not trying to spend a ton of money. These were on sale, which is sweet too. So I got all this for 12 bucks. Pretty sweet, because usually they're like 15 to 20 bucks for a set like this. Got a nice grayscale thing, which obviously is super useful for illustration purposes, and also you know, for calligraphy stuff. It's got a cool brush tip on it, And I got the clear blender, which I'm not sure exactly how to use, but we'll try it out. Figure that come in useful. But yeah, I didn't realize that this place is actually super awesome. And you know, I think when I came here before, it was years ago, and I think maybe they have more stuff than they did before, for one. And it seemed like it was more framing than anything, and it just didn't seem like it had a lot of stuff when I came originally. But now it has, like, whatever any other art store I've ever been in, it has like at least like 25% more stuff, maybe more than that, of each section, you know. It's just way more robust, maybe even 50% more of everything, even more than Blick. Like, it's got better quality stuff, and I was surprised. So this place rocks. I'm definitely coming back. I signed up for their mailing list. I'm probably going to sign up for their reward card. It's only $9.99 a year, and you know, that'll easily pay for itself. You get 10% off every time you come in, and it's closer than the other place. So yeah, kind of rad, yo. I'm happy. All right, so it's Sunday, and usually I end my week on Saturday, but didn't get to it last night. So it's Sunday, and I have not done my half an hour yet. Today I got up, went to church, did the church thing, drove around for a little bit, got some gas, came home, decided to do a little cleaning. Our cats have ear mites right now, so my wife's trying to clean up their ears, and one of the things is trying to clean up the places where they hang out. So some of the floors we wanted to wash up a little bit, and I don't know, hopefully that helps. I think I get kind of funny when it comes to cleaning. Sometimes I get a little OCD, so I'm not sure, you know, sometimes I wonder if I got all the spots and whatnot, but also I am tired and I'm ready to be done. Took a shower, did a little shave, and started to fall asleep a little bit on the couch, sitting here, trying to relax a little bit, but I gotta get my half hour done, and I gotta get the video going, and I gotta make some dinner and hang out with the wife and enjoy the rest of the evening. Hopefully it'll be relaxing and chill out, you know, so let's get to it.
Listen, Lance, things are really about to pop over here. We're in the process of getting the business off the ground.
Yeah. It's a tiny classified ads business.
A tiny classified ads business. For what?
Well, that's not the point. You see, Lance, the ads themselves generate income. It's complex. It's complex.
Alright, y'all, so there it is. I did it. Did my half an hour. Not a very satisfying half an hour, but it is what it is. The motto of my show. So yeah, I was trying to color trees that I didn't come up with anything satisfying for that. I don't know. I'm not sure about this coloring process. I'm gonna try to finish this page at least. Get it to a point where it seems sort of finished for me. And then I think I'm gonna practice on some other pieces that are smaller so I can start to get more used to painting or coloring things in Manga Studio. And yeah, there's a lot to it that I don't quite know how to do yet. So that's that. Yeah, I think that's it for the episode, guys. I've been playing around with lettering and stuff a lot, just messing around. So I'm going to continue. I'll probably do a little bit of that tonight and get the video up, and it's time for some food. I'm hungry. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.
It's complex.